On the spot. Yes, and today on Health Spot, Health Spot. I need to stop talking quickly. We are talking about introverts and loneliness. So what we want to know is, what is the difference between being an introvert and being lonely? And of course, we do have Dr. Linda Nyamute. I'm still not used to saying that name. Linda Nyamute in studio with us. Welcome, Linda.
You're welcome.
Yes. So maybe start by explaining what being an introvert is.
Okay, so an introvert, contrary to what people believe, which is someone who's just quiet, shy. The psychological term where an introvert, it came from something called introversion, and that's basically when you're depending now on, so there's introversion and extraversion.
Yes.
So people who have the skill of introversion are people who reflect a lot inward, so they also gain a lot of energy, or rather recharge their energy batteries by self-reflection, self-awareness, being by themselves. So we find a lot of introverts, ideally, are people who would take time to by themselves to recharge, compared to an extrovert who the environment is what recharges them. So they go to a happy environment and they're like baths. You know? So for them, that's where they gain their energy. But an introvert gains their energy from within themselves.
So do introverts feel lonely?
Anyone can feel lonely, but an introvert actually gets that energy, recharges by being by themselves. So they actually find they prefer to spend time in smaller groups, 1, 2, 3 people, compared to large groups. Large groups actually get them feeling very exhausted, for some even anxious. So they feel drained.
I'm just nodding my head to everything because I'm like, relatable, relatable.
But for me, how I look at it is loneliness and time, it's relative, because it may take me a month plus to feel lonely, you know, if my partner is gone, but 2-3 days, me, I'm fine. Iko tu sawa, enda utarudi.
You know, the funny thing is, some people can be in groups and still be lonely.
Exactly.
There are people who can be alone and be very okay.
Yeah. So what is loneliness? How can someone know that they are lonely?
You feel, in as much, so when you're lonely, in as much as there's so much, you can be here as a group of friends, we are laughing and everything, but there's just a certain aspect about my life that just does not feel fulfilled. It just feels empty. It feels like there's just something missing. There's just so I can have this whole group, but my social capital,
there's something missing.
Is not where I want it to be. So I can even have 15 friends, 20 friends,
but you're still lonely.
Yes, you can be living in the same house with 6-7 people, but you still feel like there's no one there for you. There's no one who cares. There's no one.
So and what do you do to make sure you don't feel that feeling, as an introvert especially?
Okay, as an introvert, because the space away is usually time for them to recharge and to self-reflect, but also, as you said, they have like 2 or 3 friends, so isolating yourself, whether you're an introvert or extrovert, but it will be more with the introverts, isolating yourself continuously may lead to loneliness. So having activities, calling your friends once in a while to check on them also, or even hang out with them. It doesn't have to always be, I want to be by myself alone, I want to be by myself alone.
And loneliness a lot of the time does lead to depression. Yes. So before it gets to the stage of depression, what are the steps that one can take before it gets there? Before it gets there,
you can talk. I think the first step for us in everything is you can talk to someone. Just look for a friend who you can trust. And nowadays it's very
tricky.
It's very tricky because I can come and tell you my story, come and tell you and then you are there BBC and then going to announce to everyone, and of course now that will even make you feel worse
that's
than in the first place. So someone you can trust, who you can talk to, just to have that conversation with them, tell them, hey, by the way I'm feeling. Then also it's good to know what recharges you. So there are people who traveling
works for them,
recharges them. There are people who hanging out with people recharges them. So sometimes just that extra push, you know, like I really, like some mornings you really don't want to wake up and you're considering like, do I really need that job? Like, it's that extra push. It's like, you know what, it's okay, let me just wake up. So it's the same thing, like that, sometimes just that extra, like
just a small push.
Yes, just a small push. Sometimes you even force yourself to go for things which ideally you don't feel like, but they can go.
But once you're there, you'll feel better.
Absolutely.
Okay,
amazing.
Thank you so much, Linda, for joining us again.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.